Gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Rothfus, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Golding, for being here today. You're currently the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Office of Housing. What was your position at HUD, and during what specific dates did you hold that position?
I joined HUD in June of 2013, first as Senior Advisor, and then I became Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary April of 2015.
Your biography on the HUD website says that, quote, that you worked with the Department of Justice to craft consumer relief as part of mortgage settlements with the large lending institutions, close quote. These are the residential mortgage-backed securities, or RMBS, settlements with J.P. Morgan Chase in November 2013 and Citibank and Bank of America in July and August 2014?
I provided technical expertise, and I think those were the ones I was involved in, but I would have to, go back and check my records.
You said technical expertise. What was your specific role in the negotiations?
It was how to, structure the consumer relief in order to bring sort of the greatest benefit. There were different parts of the settlements the Justice Department entered into where specific actions, in effect, expanded servicing on some of the loans, loss mitigation, addressing blight, and it was that technical expertise.
Was your involvement directed by anyone specifically?
I was sharing my technical expertise, so...
Who directed you to do it? The Secretary? Anybody at DOJ?
I don't remember how I came upon that task. I can, again, check my records.
Did you negotiate directly with any of the banks yourself?
I was in the room during negotiations, but as I said, I did not view my role as a negotiator, but rather as to provide technical expertise in the area of consumer relief.
Did you ever do that without anybody from DOJ being present?
No, I don't remember ever being in a meeting without DOJ there.
Did you ever work directly with any of the heads of the banks when working on your technical expertise?
On these matters, I would be with DOJ. I've had, just in my role of FHA and my knowledge of the mortgage industry and at conferences, I have...
But this is when you were a senior advisor on housing.
But not on these issues related to the settlements.
Did you ever meet with Jamie Dimon at J.P. Morgan Chase with respect to these settlements?
I've never met Jamie Dimon to the best of my recollection.
As part of the settlements, the banks are directed to make payments to third-party groups who are not part of the settlements and were not directly harmed by the conduct of the banks, such as HUD-approved housing organizations and attorney state bar organizations. The settlements require that the banks pay $150 million to these organizations. Who came up with the idea of directing money to third-party groups? Did you?
Again, I do not remember a particular... it's been a few years here. I do not remember how that was put on the table.
Did you speak to any of the organizations that are named as recipients of the funds in the RMBS settlements during or after the negotiations process?
Again, I don't have a list in front of me, but so I'm not sure who they are, whether I've ever talked to them before, during, or after.
So you don't recall ever having any conversations with anybody at La Raza, the National Urban League, NeighborWorks America, about any of these settlements?
I don't remember having conversations about, with those parties about the settlements.
Is it possible you had conversations with them?
Well, I may have had conversations about the mortgage market with them. I would not have had conversations about the settlement with them.
Who besides you would have been involved with negotiating in any part of the RMBS settlements? Anybody at HUD? Who besides yourself?
I would have to, Office of General Counsel was with me, I think, in all those meetings.
The settlements require the banks pay a certain fixed amount. Under the settlement, $1 sent to the Treasury, as is the case with most law enforcement penalties, counts as $1 towards the total. But in these settlements, a dollar sent to a third-party group counts for more than $1 towards the total. Do you know who came up with that plan?
I don't know who came up with specific elements.
Did you come up with that plan?
As I said, I was there to provide technical expertise on that, so I would not have been the one who came up or formulated these.
Yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired. With that, we go to the gentleman